Imagine walking through a fragrant forest of nutmeg and cocoa, enveloped by the distinct aroma of spices. This is Grenada, the island of spice. Nestled in the southeastern Caribbean Sea, Grenada is a gem that sparkles with a vibrant culture, lush landscapes, and a rich heritage. Grenada's story begins with the indigenous inhabitants, the Arawak and Carib Indians, who originally called this land home. They lived in harmony with the land, cultivating a deep connection to the earth that shaped their way of life. From the bountiful sea to the fertile soil, they thrived, leaving behind a legacy of respect for nature that still resonates in Grenada today. As the echoes of history whisper through the wind, we transition into the early days of Grenada. As the centuries rolled by, the island drew the attention of European explorers, forever altering the course of Grenada's history. But that's a story for the next scene. For now, let's focus on the island's most famous moniker, the Island of Spice. Grenada earned this name due to its abundant production of nutmeg and mace crops, which have been a significant part of the island's economy for centuries. Today, Grenada is one of the world's largest exporters of these spices, a testament to the island's fertile soil and favorable climate. Beyond nutmeg and mace, the island is also a major producer of cocoa, cloves, ginger, and cinnamon. These crops are cultivated across the island, in lush plantations that are an integral part of the island's landscape and agricultural heritage. Gouyave Nutmeg Processing Station and Belmont Estate are two such places where the spice story unfolds, offering an immersive experience into Grenada's spice heritage. As we peel back the layers of time, we find a land rich in history and culture, shaped by its people and their connection to the land. Whether you're a history buff, a nature enthusiast, or just a curious traveler, Grenada's story is one that invites exploration, promising a journey that is as enriching as it is fascinating. The tranquil island of Grenada was not always so peaceful. The waves of the Atlantic brought European explorers, forever changing the course of Grenada's history. Our tale begins in the late 15th century when the Italian explorer Christopher Columbus sighted Grenada during his third voyage to the New World. However, it wasn't until a century later, in the mid-16th century, that the island witnessed the first attempts at European colonization. The French were the first to make a play for this lush paradise, battling both the harsh terrain and the indomitable spirit of the indigenous Carib people. The French influence on Grenada proved to be profound. They established the island's first European settlement, St. George Nassau, a place that still bears their architectural imprint in its quaint red-roofed homes and cobblestone streets. In the 200 years that followed, the island changed hands between the French and the British multiple times, each leaving their distinct mark on the culture, language, and traditions of Grenada. But the European influence wasn't merely cultural. The establishment of plantations for sugar, cocoa, and other crops led to the introduction of African slaves to Grenada. This brutal institution had a profound impact on the island's demographics, social structure, and ultimately, its culture. The African influence is evident in Grenada's vibrant music, dance, and culinary traditions. The British, who took final control of Grenada in the late 18th century, left a legacy that extended beyond the plantations. English became the official language, and the island's legal and educational systems were modeled on British standards. The British also introduced nutmeg to Grenada, a crop that would one day earn the island its nickname, the Island of Spice. The echoes of these colonial powers still resonate throughout Grenada, from the architecture to the very fabric of its society. The European influence, though fraught with conflict and hardship, helped shape the unique and diverse culture that is Grenada today. From the French-inspired architecture of St. George's to the African rhythms pulsing through its music, Grenada is a testament to its rich and complex history. In the heart of the Caribbean, a small island nation began to dream of freedom. Grenada, like many of its neighbors, yearned for independence. The journey was not easy, marked by the struggles of a people who had been bound by the chains of slavery for centuries. But the spirit of resistance was strong, and the islanders were determined to break free. The abolition of slavery in the early 19th century was a significant turning point. It was a momentous event, echoing across plantations and into the homes of the newly freed. The air was filled with a sense of hope and uncertainty, but the road to independence was still a long one. The island was under British control, and the colonial powers were not ready to let go. The mid-20th century saw a wave of civil unrest sweeping across Grenada. Discontent was growing among the population, fueled by socio-economic issues and a yearning for self-governance. Protests and strikes became frequent as the people demanded change. The island was on the brink of a revolution, and the world was watching. In the midst of this turbulence, a new hope emerged. The path to independence became clearer when the British government began discussing plans for decolonization. The islanders' dreams were finally within reach. It was a time of great anticipation, but also of fear, as the people wondered what independence would truly mean for them. The momentous day arrived on February 7, 1974. Grenada was declared an independent nation. The air was filled with joyous celebrations, the sounds of the national anthem and the sight of the newly designed flag. It was a day of immense pride, a testament to the resilience and determination of the Grenadian people. Independence, however, was merely the beginning of a new chapter in Grenada's rich narrative. The island nation had achieved its dream of freedom, and now it was time to build a future that reflected the hopes and aspirations of its people. Today, Grenada stands as a testament to resilience and cultural fusion, but the journey to this point was not without its challenges. As we delve into the final chapters of Grenada's history, we are met with a period of political unrest and conflict that marked the late 20th century. Yet, amid this turmoil, the resilient spirit of the Grenadian people shone through. The late 70s and early 80s were dominated by social and political upheaval, culminating in the US-led invasion in 1983. These were testing times for the island, but they also paved the way for a new era of growth and transformation. In the aftermath of the invasion, Grenada embarked on a journey of rebuilding and reinvention. The island's economy, once heavily reliant on agriculture, diversified into new areas like tourism, education, and manufacturing. Today, Grenada is known not only for its nutmeg and cocoa, but also for its world-class medical schools and bustling tourism sector. The contemporary culture of Grenada is a vibrant tapestry woven with threads from its indigenous, African, and European influences. This fusion is evident in every aspect of Grenadian life, from its cuisine that blends African, Indian, and European flavors, to its music that resonates with rhythms of reggae, soca, and calypso. Society in Grenada today is characterized by its warmth and inclusiveness. The island's inhabitants, affectionately known as Grenadians, are known for their friendly and welcoming nature. The sense of community is strong here, where locals and visitors alike are embraced as part of the island family. Despite the trials of the past, Grenada has emerged as a beacon of resilience, drawing strength from its diverse cultural heritage while forging a path towards a prosperous future. The island's story is a testament to the enduring spirit of its people, their capacity for renewal, and their unwavering sense of hope. From its indigenous roots to its modern identity, Grenada's story is as vibrant and diverse as the spices that fill its air. Embarking on this journey through Grenada's history, we've traversed centuries, cultures, and countless stories. We've seen how this island of spice, from the indigenous roots to its current status, has been a melting pot of diverse influences, each adding its own unique flavor to the mix. We began with the unfolding of the Spice Island, where we delved deep into the agricultural heritage that gave Grenada its aromatic reputation. We wandered through nutmeg and cocoa plantations, experienced the spice tours, and even visited the Guyavi Nutmeg Processing Station and Belmont Estate. Then, we sailed through the European influence, witnessing how the colonial history shaped Grenada's cultural landscape. We toured historic sites such as Fort George, Fort Frederick, and Dugaldstone Estate. and we discovered how the island's rich cultural tapestry was woven with threads of Carib, African, and European influences. The road to independence was our next stop, a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Grenadian people. We saw how they emerged from the shadows of colonial rule and forged their own path, creating a vibrant and unique nation. In modern Grenada, we explored the stunning natural beauty, from the lush rainforests to the pristine beaches. We dove into the island's underwater treasures, feasted on local culinary delights, and even got a taste of Grenada's burgeoning chocolate industry. Throughout our journey, we saw how the past has shaped the present, from the flavors of the local cuisine to the rhythms of the cultural festivals. But we also saw how Grenada is looking towards the future, with sustainable tourism initiatives, luxury resorts, and adventure activities that beckon travelers from around the world. As the sun sets on the island of spice, we are left with a deeper understanding of Grenada, a land shaped by its past, but ever looking towards the future.